As businesses face growing complexities in global supply chains, finding solutions to reduce delays, improve coordination, and enhance overall efficiency has never been more critical. Today, we'll hear from an industry expert on the strategies, the technologies, and the practices that can help streamline supply chains and keep operations running smoothly, even in the face of disruptions. So, to do this, I'm pleased to welcome Robbie LaRocca, the Senior Sales Engineer at DDI Systems. Robbie, welcome to the program.
Hey Jeff, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. So, today we're going to focus on how to overcome supply chain inefficiencies. Actually, we might call this Operation Headache, how to overcome supply chain inefficiencies. And Robbie, that's something you know about. But let's talk about DDI and what's going on right now before we get into our questions.
Sure, and thank you for that. DDI is doing well. We are continuing to grow. We're continuing to support our existing customers, acquire or bring onboard new customers, and we're excited to be back at ISSA again this year.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you and your team there. We'll definitely catch up at the show in person. But talk about the industry, what you see right now, Robbie. How is the industry doing as a whole, looking at the supply chain? Maybe not just for this conversation, but for what you're looking for to address at the show.
Absolutely. So, I mean, from what I see at the industry, it's such a consistent industry. Everybody needs janitorial type products, and they need them on a regular basis, right? So, there's a lot of constant reordering, and that keeps the industry strong and protected from a lot of the issues with the economy, right? So, where we come and what we hope to help with is the ability to make those processes a little bit more efficient, and help grow those businesses with our core functionality within the software.
Thank you. I know DDI is doing a lot for its clients and the industry is in general. But let's talk about, our conversation today is about headaches in the industry. So when you talk to your clients or others in the industry, what are the common headaches? What are the challenges that are specific that we need to address?
Yeah. So what I've seen is really the biggest thing is increasing vendor lead time days. All right. So vendors are always taking a little, or with supply chain issues, vendors are taking a longer time to get their customers' product. So, having the ability to, one, see the increasing lead time and accounting for those is going to be huge. So, having a software that could analyze these lead time days and stock your products accordingly is a real game changer for a lot of these distribution companies.
Well, Robbie, we know as changes happen in the industry, technology changes, and now we have AI, automation. Talk about what DDI brings to the table with that. I know AI especially is somewhat confusing. We're kind of afraid of it at times, but what are you guys doing there?
Well, technology is a huge part, in certainly optimizing, supply chain operations. DDI, for example, has a super strong forecasting module. Um, that module will recommend, reorder quantities. Have you buy based on what you're selling. Don't buy products for the sake of stocking them and on your shelves, essentially. Um, Only buy products that you're moving. But the other part of that is having reporting capabilities within your software to present you this information so that you can see what's changing and make accurate strategic decisions for your business with that software.
Let's talk about what you've seen with specific case studies or examples of companies that have overcome some of these challenges that you mentioned. What did they embrace? What were their key strategies?
Yeah, so over the years, we've had many customer testimonials as far as increasing profitability and streamlining company processes. So, you know, in particular, one particular case study from one of our customers, they were talking about error rates. So improving their error rates, having your processes automated, somewhat automated, is going to minimize, orders, error orders, manually keying in your orders or not, or using something like a historical order pad to build your quotes in your orders is going to limit the ability for mistakes, essentially. Those mistakes cost money from having to field in your customer complaints, or a phone call from your customers to re-delivering your orders because you have to get the right product out to your customers. All of that stuff, all of those, all of that is going to be or was what our customers have praised us about. Certain sales tools, a mobile sales tool to help their outside sales teams check inventory, check pricing, place their orders, all with a web-based application. So it helps grow their revenue and their commissions as well. Are just a few of the features and functions of our software that customers have raved about.
Yeah, I imagine they have raved about it. That's a big help for them. With that, Robbie, I have to ask this question, thinking about companies balancing cost-cutting measures, because let's face it, in today's world of business, it's about cutting costs to increase profitability. They need to invest in supply chain improvements, AI, technology, whatever that might be, but without sacrificing quality or customer satisfaction.
Yeah.
When you have those conversations with potential clients or current clients, what do you talk about? How do you justify all that?
Yeah. So really, investing in an ERP is an expensive investment, right? It's tens of thousands of dollars. So there is a big upfront cost in installing something like that. But what we bring to the table is efficiency, right? So getting rid of those manual processes, getting rid of a lot of pen and paper, is going to help move a business forward. Doing things more efficiently, right? Being able to enter in orders faster, placing your purchase orders in faster, buying effectively, and receiving that information is all going to help you reduce the amount of time it takes to run your business, which is going to help cut those costs, right? Take a job that takes a whole day to do manually, cut that down in half for our software. Is just going to help drive that efficiency. The other thing that I'd say too is automation, right? So having a software, especially in this industry, right, that drives pricing. Pricing in this industry is very, very specific. Typically, people are pricing based off of the last price paid or margin-based pricing. So having a software that remembers every customer and every product that's purchased and maintaining that pricing for every customer, every product, and not having your cost increases eat away at your profit margin, which is certainly another return on investment that our software can provide for businesses.
Robbie, I love your references to pen and paper, and there might be some chuckling at that as you talk about it. And there's others that are like, yeah, we use pen and paper. We write things down and we use, I don't know, for lack of a better word, archaic technology in business. And many of those companies, Robbie, might be saying, we're doing okay, everything is good. Talk about early warning signs that they might notice or might not notice. Maybe they overlook them. What are they? And obviously DDI has solutions to correct those. But what are those early warning signs that they might notice?
Certainly the biggest early warning sign, especially from what I've seen in being in the inventory management side, because that's really what our software really focuses on is inventory management first and foremost. But stockouts, customers not being able to fulfill all of their order, or only partial of their order because they don't have the right products. That's going to start to snowball, right? So eventually, you get some back orders. You have to buy. You maybe have to pay more because you have to get product in faster. Um, so being able to, or not having the products that you need is one of those early warning signs that you might need to sit back and say, "Hey, wait a second. Are we starting to go down a wrong path here?"
Yeah, I think that's important. Honest analysis of what you're doing, thinking about it, responding to it to overcome any of those challenges. In this conversation, is supplier collaboration an important topic at times for you, streamlining supply chain efficiencies? And if so, how do you make that all work? How do you make those partnerships work?
Yeah. So, um, as far as what our software can do, it could certainly help our distributors with their relationships with their suppliers, right? So being able to present, purchase orders in a clean, clear um, document so that they know the products that are being ordered. They might have that has all of the relevant information within the purchase order right there. Being able to even connect if need be with EDI. So EDI, APIs, things like that, that allow for two softwares, our ERP software to connect with the vendor's ERP so that we could transmit a purchase order from our system directly into their system so that there is no double entry of the purchase order. Again, limiting the need or the possibility of fat fingering a particular product or the wrong product, and then that's just going to take more time to rectify the issues there.
All right, that makes sense. Finally, let's close with this. How can predictive analytics, what DDI, that's your world, how can they help in anticipating and mitigating risk? And end with how to find out more about DDI and solutions you offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, great question. So I talked about it before. I'll always stress that one of the biggest features and the best where companies see a lot of return on investment is our forecasting module. So this forecasting module is going to understand how often you buy from your vendors, how long the vendor takes to get you product in, and that analytics is going to present you a list of products to purchase. And all they are recommendations. You obviously can look at these recommendations, understand the calculations behind those. It's very easy to see, and tweak those recommendations if needed. But that is going to allow you to mitigate risk because you are stocking. Your carrying costs are going to be a lot lower, and your fill ratios should increase because you're buying products that you actually need. So if you are interested, or anybody watching this video is interested in learning a little bit more about DDI and what we could bring to the table for your business, please feel free to email us at sales@advantive.com, or if you want, visit us at our website, which is here down below.